at it with another live stream, you guys. I'm celebrating. I don't know about you all, but feels good to be here. And I hope you guys do come on in and make yourselves comfy. I have my detective hat on here, you guys, because tonight's pick a pile, we are getting down to the nitty gritty. All right. Nothing too spicy this time around, you guys. But we'll get there. And some of you, you've already been there before. I see a time or two or more, depending on which pile we are going to be talking about tonight. And I do have 3 piles, you guys. This is going to be the icon for pile number 1, and I know it's a little hard to tell with the lighting and the screen, etc. This is actually going to be our blue guy tonight. You can see pile number 3 is more of the green. All right, so this is pile 1, pile number 2, all right, and pile number 3. So depending on which one is piquing your interest, perhaps it might be an indicator that or your person's energy are connected with the pile. Now, here's the sitch though. Even if and when you find that to be the case, you guys, right? You still have to utilize your intuition to get through the rest of it. And the reason why I say that is from one pile to the next, and just regardless, right? Um, some, maybe not all, might be your situationship, okay, depending on who I'm reading for tonight, you guys. And so, I don't want anyone to think like, oh my gosh, that's definitely Jeremy's energy and pile number 2, and then you get a little confused because it's like definitely not Jeremy's energy a few moments from that point on. So you guys, please utilize your intuition. And if any of this stuff ever, irregardless of whether or not it's my channel, okay, or anyone else's or anywhere, right, on or off the screen in real life, as they say, if it's confusing, don't take it, please. All right, you're not here to be confused. I'm not intending that you be confused. And, there's just enough confusion going on out there, if I do say so myself, okay? We're not going to be part of that mess, all right? Not on this channel, okay? And I feel like that's okay, so I like to talk about it, you guys. so, so love and light. Um, and yeah, so for those that, maybe aren't aware, pile number 1 is this little guy, and I promise you guys he's way more blue, all right? And that one, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say is the dog, right? We've got unicorn here, energy with the pink pile number 2 icon. And this is the green one, you guys. So you can see pile number 1 is definitely more blue. All right. They probably both look like different shades of green, but I get it. So pile number 3, there's definitely some significance to that color as well, because we were going to be talking about some crystal energy. Love and Light Deep Ballard. And so again, you guys, even if you find that, dead ass so-and-so's energy or your energy, obviously you would know, right? Okay, is in one of these piles. Please be mindful. Don't take just anything and everything off the cuff, because it's still from one pile to the next very much a general collective message. All right. So what's up? So yeah, only take what fits, you guys. So we're gonna get into pile number 1. And let me see here. So the question is, do they want you, right? So I'm going to start off pile number 1, you guys, with just getting down to that answer first, and then we will build off of it. So let me look ahead here. I'm not going to lie, I pulled these cards a minute ago, you guys. And for anyone wondering, anything you find on this channel, unless it's stated otherwise, is a general collective message, obviously, yes, but also a timeless message. So there is that aspect too. And it's funny because sometimes I will pull cards quite emphatically, like, yeah, no, we're dead ass gonna just, I'll sit down, have the session, I'll meditate, do this, that, and the third, and expecting that I'm gonna hop on the live stream, and it may not happen for days later. I can't say weeks. I feel like it never really got to that level. never say never, I guess, right? But I seriously pulled these cards, you know, outside of my comfort zone. I'll say it that way, because my preference, I'd like to remember like what I was taught and had learned that day earlier. It just, I feel like it allows for the channeling to flow a lot more smoothly. But here we go, because I know it's go time right now. Maybe there's some significance to what I'm talking about. Go time, referable to pile number one. Do they want you though? It's giving yes, right? But what I like to make sure that we all understand when we kind of do some of these yes no situations, especially about situationships, relationships, connections, right? Is to get to like, should you like, if the answer is yes, okay, that's all well and good. Like, so and so wants you. Should we engage with that though, right? Like, is it even safe? Things like that come to mind, okay? Because off the cuff, yeah, I guess that could be like a dreamland situation. But what I'm getting for you, pal number one, is it's definitely not been that. And so forever, it's been like that for forever, somebody here is saying, okay? Whether that is, someone's higher self that I just tapped into, or someone's ancestral presence, or someone passed over. There could be some significance to the rainbow bridge. Someone here could have just, ooh, chills on that, recently have lost a fur baby, or depending on how that pans out. Because me, you guys, I think, like, long story short, animals are probably better than people, like at least 10 times out of 10. Sorry, not sorry, but those that get it, get it. I'm not like crapping on any one of us, to be clear, right? Um, but somebody, if that's you, I'm so sorry. Either way, if you had a passed on loved one, whether they had fur or flesh or not, okay. But that could be of some significance, as well as LGBTQ plus community, you guys, for pile number one connecting here. But it's giving, this has been like, if you've known this person since quote unquote forever ago, love and light, Sophie, then it's giving, it was forever of this, or feels that way. You always reflecting and trying to perform your level and measure of shadow work and due diligence, of course, and trying to make sure that there wasn't something that you missed about the lesson, or that this person was essentially teaching you, while you tried to uphold your part in perhaps a spiritual contract sense, right? Teaching this person what all you had to teach. And damn it, if they're not here to hold you back. Do not let them. And it's giving chills on this. For many of you, this would be your choice. Do they get to hold back the fucking phoenix? It would, your wise counsels coming through this message, but also synchronicities. I mean, maybe there is some significance to that of a white feather, okay? Whether that is in a headdress or not. It could be some significant tribal ties coming through, aboriginal ties, or aspects of that culture are coming through. Okay, so this could be connecting to your ancestors here, for those resonating with this. But this is always going to be a situation. It's like, yeah, they want you, and of course they will take from you, and they will drink, and they will drink, and they will drink. This is giving like True Blood, like, maybe this is even, ooh, chills on that. This person could exasperate you. It's like it's too much too fast, whether they speak in spurts or they drain you in spurts. But getting back to the True Blood reference, okay, this person could be, quite frankly, some form of energetic vampire, or literally, who am I to judge? But anyhow, and this just reminds me of some of the scenes on there where it would be like understood that, like, maybe there needed to be a bit of exchange, transference, perhaps, okay, because like Suki was like trying not to die or some shit, right? And it's like, she would need to drink, and sometimes Bill or somebody, whoever she was fanging off of at the moment, had to be like, oh, there's got to be limits, to the breaking point, is what I'm hearing to say, right? And there are. So stop testing them, I'm hearing to say. Like, it's like, don't, you don't wait, you don't want to wait until it's too late for this, okay? And there is some aspect to like your mental space that really, I'm not getting, like, quite frankly, there are times where I'll get like, oh, this person's like smexiness at this, I'm speaking in code because it's a live stream, right, is just so audacious that it kind of, keeps you glitched up a bit, takes you a little bit longer to get off the ride and thing. I'm not getting that. It's just, it's some aspect to like the way this person like gets in your head, gets under your skin. Maybe the way you've been vulnerable with this person or around this person, tale as old as time, you showing up, just being authentic, giving truths and shit, and this person just kind of like using all that stuff against you eventually, right? Because was draining you and, your supply of sort. So like, now that you know that you know that you know, what will you do, right? Some of you, this is someone that, if you have broken away from, I'm getting the dynamic of this person coming back around saying, oh, we could just be friends, or we could just be friends, we could just be friends, And long story short, they just want access. They may quite frankly need access, right? And again, this is why we ask on the other side of like the yes nos, right? For the clarification, for more specification, more clarity. Because so what of it that this person wants you? Like, they shouldn't, from all accounts, from what I'm seeing in the cards so far, have you? I mean, of course, you have your free will and everything, but damn it, don't let them hold back, all of this. All of this is giving like your birthright, like where you're meant to actually enjoy the timeline, where you're meant to actually feel in control in the ways that, ground you and not, just allow you to understand that you're restricted in some way, form, or measure, but quite frankly, the opposite. All right. This would be like your good days and weeks and months and years, right? Like, there's just, again, this level of audacity that this person should expect, that you should just like lovingly embrace failure of not achieving, receiving, and experiencing all of this. It's like, okay, he or she or they, quite frankly, no tea, no shade, can't be that great to give up your life, and one that you would enjoy, not just like a grueling one where it's like, what's the next freaking deadline and how can I just jump over this hoop again? And no, that's what you would live while they bleed you out, if you allow them to. And you guys, sexual feelings, I get it and everything, and trust me, it should be pleasurable and it should be a thing, and I do believe that. But please be careful with who you are casting those pearls around, whether guy, girl, what have you, because it's serious stuff. There's magic in that, okay? Not just love, right? And even if there's no love in that, there's magic, okay? Just, it's portal stuff, okay? So just saying, all right? They don't talk about the O method just because of happenstance, like just because of theory, right? So, for those resonating with this, all right, I pulled this card for you. It says, write a final note to your ex, all right, this person, however that makes sense to say, because, maybe you were never really official. Maybe you just kind of were bucking around and stuff, okay? I'm not here to judge. It's just that there's different strokes here in this pile, just so depending on who I'm speaking to, okay? Write a final note to this person that, to be clear, they're never going to see or know about or hear about. All right. The goal is not to maintain access, to be clear. It's to sever off, and, just allow yourself to be free like the freaking phoenix. Make it make sense. Okay. And get everything off of your chest. All right. And tear it up when you feel ready. Sometimes, I personally, you guys, I will tear it and I will burn it just to just set it. Just, I love to see the release, just like, okay, we're done. It is finished, right? Thank you for the release. All right. I feel like in a lot of times that's like or in a lot of times, in a lot of ways, excuse me, that's also kind of like a different type of O method when you can just receive, when you can see that release. I don't know what is going on with the channeling. Yeesh. All right. Um, so you guys, pawn number one, you got Dalmatian Jasper here. It's a very protective stone. It does assist with that reflection energy that you like to, I'm hearing you like to do this, pawn number one, right? But I'm also wanting to kind of like mama bear you about that too. Like, it's like, don't over reflect, because um you know what over reflection can do, especially when there's like nothing more you can do in the situation, because it's like for the other person to kind of like learn and grow past, and you're supposed to really be just kind of loving and light from afar at that point. It can get you this, right? And so there is some sort of like, and gosh, forgive me, you guys, my nose is doing that thing. I wish I could set it off my face till I'm done with the truth speaking, but here we go. um it's well and good. I would never say like, hey, don't do shadow work. Like, what? Okay. Shadow work is necessary, to be clear, right? But when you over focus, okay, you're magnifying not only the situation but the energy this person is in and sending to you, perhaps. Okay, so it's the very kind of like reason why certain readers don't want to read just anybody's energy. It's like, oh, so you want me to go into that and then come out what? Smoking, smelling like hot trash and dumpster fire, you know. So you, especially if you have been like maybe even wondering, why do you feel like your mental is just so affected lately? What are you thinking about? Like, what are you making the choice? Like, are you trying to overwork the program? Like, once you've learned your lessons, and I'm not saying that, like this is a free pass to all of a sudden just think you know everything. We're not here to know everything. If you're here, you're fucking learning. I don't care who you are. I don't know. You could teach and you're still here. Oh, you should be still learning. I don't care what you're teaching. Right? Right. Because otherwise you're done. When you're done with the energetic exchange of information and energy, there's nothing much else here, right? And so that's why often it is called like an earth school, you guys, in this realm, in this dimension. All right, we are learning and growing our soul to take it back onto source. All right, so long story short, we're in it to win it, and we are winners. And that's why we do talk about things like birthright packages, birthright energy, like with the phoenix energy, trying to explain to you, like, you damn sure don't want to give that up. It's so funny. There could be some extreme significance to Archangel Michael, because I just saw his sword in an upright position through this card. So much so that I checked it because I thought, oh, did another card like slip in here, or like did I miss it? Was it stuck on the back of another one? But it's just a thing that happens sometimes spiritually, right? So please know you are protected at this. I don't know if somebody here is going, I know they want me, but I don't know if it's gonna set them off if I try to have a boundary. Okay, have the boundary. Know you're protected. And if somebody is making you feel unsafe, please get the authorities involved. I mean, that's just common sense, right? um you deserve to have help in those instances. It's okay. I know a lot of people are like, no, don't run, to certain organizations, this, that, and the third. But again, what was the message in the first place? You are protected, right? And this life is far more spiritual. All right. And so what that means is, even if, okay, normal circumstances should dictate dot dot dot, if you're in a situation and you are being led to do something where it seems like maybe that wouldn't be as fruitful, or maybe that wouldn't be as a protected situation, and you are utilizing your intuition and you know that you deserve that help, okay, you go on ahead and get the help and know that the help will be good, okay? um you can't walk around fearing, because at the end of the day you have to ask yourself, okay, do I believe or no? Do I believe in my spiritual protection? Like, how many cards do we need to talk about the spiritual protection before you would actually start to believe in the spiritual protection? You need to get to the part where you don't even need the cards or anyone to talk about it. You already know that you know Archangel Michael is right there with his sword, kind of thing. Because whoever I'm speaking to, and it's everybody here as far as I'm concerned, you guys, whether you're fucking with pal number one or not, all right, is under Archangel Michael's protection. Of course, of course. All right, Big Mike, come on now. All right. But this Dalmatian Jasper says, I go with the flow of the universe knowing I am protected. So pretty self-explanatory there. There could be some significance to the name Serena. I did forget to mention that. You and this person, pile number one, just really quick, just to wrap it up, could be in some form of separation, and you could be sitting on the fence trying to figure out, like, okay, I know this person wants me, but and you're just fighting the obvious that something is just not enough. Okay, I said something. I'm not here shitting on anyone, right? But if something is off with someone, right? Like, is that situation enough? That's okay. To be clear, I'm not. And you deserve love, pile number one, and anyone under the sound of my voice, to be clear. Okay, so there's that. You have to be your own advocate in life. Same deal with love, right? You get to be the one to decide, like, okay, is this person treating me in the ways that I deserve? I don't even want to say in the ways that I expect, because sometimes, you guys, we don't necessarily expect. How can you expect some things you've never had before, right? Like, I just, let me watch it. Hold on. Some people can come along, right? Quite pleasantly, and they can show you, like, hey, I could treat you like this, and you go, oh my gosh, I had no idea, right? Some of us, we don't know, right? We know about the bad side of things, not necessarily about the super great side, right? And so again, going back to what I always say on the channel, how do you know something until you know it? Same deal in love, you guys, right? And we're all here learning and growing, right? And glowing, I do say so, if I do say so myself, right? Um, so definitely a heavy vein or theme of separation for pile number one. And for those that resonate with that, Spirit wants you to ask yourselves, what does it really look like and sound like and feel like with everything and everyone, all right, even in a generic sense, not necessarily with this person, that makes you go, aha, that's what I want, because that's what I deserve. That's what I expect, because that's what I deserve. I deserve what and who I am, right? What and all aspects to what you bring to the table and how you are, not necessarily in like a cookie cutter version, because wouldn't that be weird as well as boring, right? Um, look for someone that that you're building. Who cares? Just plug it in, right? Like, maybe somebody's going to culinary school. It's like, yeah, no, I've got this 5-year plan. I'm going to come out and I'm going to do these things so that I can make this amount of money, in this range. And I'm going to move here, or, I'm going to be located such and such. You can't necessarily look for somebody that goes, yeah, me too, right? But you wouldn't want to be a builder of sorts, right? Or somebody that has any kind of plan, and then link up with somebody that has absolutely no plan. They can't figure out how to get their ass out of their pants, like, kind of thing. And the crazy thing is their ass has teeth. No, let me stop. But it wouldn't be the vibe, right? And so this is why, going back to something's off, something's not enough, you're experiencing these kind of things, exchanges, disappointments, hell, maybe even betrayals out of this person, as well as like energies. Because some of you, this is not your first Eric. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you've already mentioned like this is like the same spirit, different body, you know, kind of thing. And maybe that's a thing too for some of you. But either way, leave it alone. All right. And it's giving, once you do, um you kind of get out of your own head. There's a lot less need for evaluation and reflection because you don't have somebody projecting onto you that you should needlessly because of their false light, I'm hearing to say. All right. Extend love and forgiveness, yes, but don't leave yourself out. All right. So you guys, when you get to that part of the path where you're like, okay, this has been well and good enough for me to learn and grow, and I'm just done now. And the transformation and you know, the renewal energy is going on. You gotta make sure that you're extending grace to yourself. You can't be so over focused in grieving another person or grieving the idea of another person or the outcome of a situation or a connection, to the point where, again, it's, you don't want to miss out, right, by over focusing on someone else. And I feel like the reason why I'm saying that is because, pile number one, you of course have a great heart, right? And so of course you don't wake up going, who can I disappoint today? Who can I make cry today? Who can I make feel like a piece of shit today? Like, right. But at the same time, this person is not really to get their way with you. Does that make sense? It's like, yeah, they want you, but so forgive yourself, pile number one. Okay, to be clear, it's not my words, right? Forgive yourself for making life more difficult than necessary by attaching meaning to your experiences. Some of you are hemming and hawing around, okay? Maybe the separation was your way of trying to ultimately make things final, right? But separation doesn't even necessarily mean a clean severance, depending on one situation or situationship. In separation, okay, to the next. Love and Light Fiona, Love and Light Piranhabon, Love and Light Sky, Love and Light Country Love, Love and Light Ariel, Love and Light Deep. Now I'm hearing Go Deep. Is that Janet Jackson? Oh, yeah. All right. So instead, you guys, real quick, because I want to wrap up pile number one before I get too squirrely. Choose to believe that life's challenges are solely extended to strengthen and guide you towards your truest desire. So you guys, Spirit's asking you, like, what do you want? Not because it's like funny, hey, you're never gonna get that. So what did you want? Because you're never gonna get that. Like, it's not that. All right. And maybe people at this point, you know, are trying to low-key throw shade and say, yeah, you're never gonna get, maybe this person has gaslighted you and said, you know what, you're never gonna get who you're looking for, what you want. Now, why would they do that? Probably because who you are deserving of and who is also, oh, keywords, who is also deserving of you. Oh, I love to talk about it. Let me just get it out one more time. Who is also deserving of you, okay, is already available in existence and ready to come in. I didn't say you know him. I didn't say they laid eyes on you yet either. I'm just saying in general, literally, okay, especially in spirit and in truth, right? You guys get it. But so instead, okay, realize those desires by playfully engaging with the challenges. So, okay, so what I get from that, you guys, is you know, let's say like you've had experiences where you're like out to dinner with this person and they embarrassed you because they just like talked down to you, or you know, they just maybe got loud in like an aggressive, you know, unpleasant way. And you can look back, you know, and you have the choice, you can look back, okay? But you could look back and you could wallow in that. Gosh, they made me feel so bad. It was horrible. And then you could ask your body or allow your body and your central nervous system to relive it all. But I would advise against that, right? Instead, you know, kind of what I'm getting from the cards suggestion here is to look back and say, okay, that is what I do not desire. So, when you're getting specific about this manifestation of the individual that probably already exists for you, just waiting for you to catch the fuck up, right? It's like, oh, but that, you know, my guy, my girl, my person would never. Instead, they do these things and say these things, and I feel like this. Okay, you get me? All right, so keep going with that. Now, whoever the mofo is, okay, could have facial hair and or look like this for pile number 1. Somebody here's short. Could be some significance to Chucks or Bobo Chucks, all right? Somebody here could be a man. Somebody here could have a man avatar and think they're a man. Sheesh. All right, somebody could be younger than somebody here. Somebody could be plus size. I'm guided to show certain individuals, you guys. Just go with it. Somebody here looks like somebody or does some things similarly or dresses similarly, etc. For some of these, not all, okay? But this person has unhealthy habits, all right? Now, maybe going back to the sexual stuff, you know, maybe they know how to eat a meal and things, right? But again, is it good enough to give all of this up, which is like all of you and all of your life and all? No, hell no. You already knew the answer. You already knew the answer before we got to the tip of that tongue anyways, right? So initials, you guys, just to close up. First, middle, or last name, it could be on the part of you and or this person. All right. In the meantime, we're going to get the bell rung. All right, so for those that know what that means, you may go on ahead and do that as you please. And for anyone, you know, maybe not understanding what's going on, get with the program. Which is, no, let me stop. But check the description box below for the live stream rules. All right. And in the meantime, you guys, again, only one chart placement came out. I tried. I'm just trying to think here. Like, what is this? Yeah. For pile number 1, we have Scorpio for the chart placement, whether that's on your part. Could be some significance to Johnny. Ooh, could be some significance to Dirty Dancing. Or maybe somebody's name is Patrick. But anyways, we've got B. We've got Q. Somebody could be from the Bronx as well. We've got O. We've got L. I'm also hearing Long Beach. There could be some significance to Louisiana. We've got T, and we've got M. Maybe somebody is going back to that builder energy in the process of getting a patent, trademark. Could be some significance. But, you know, protect yourselves, knowing you are protected, right? But the reason why the sentiment here is like protect yourself is because, again, you've got free will. So it's like, can you not actually like self-sabotage your whole life right now over this mofo? Because again, it's just giving, even if you tried to like low-key pretend that maybe you should worry about, like, if you did like completely walk away, that no one would come by and no one's capable of loving you. Yeah, no, like, that's a lie. Don't believe that hype. All right. So do they want you? Yes. Do you care? No. All right. Love and light, you guys. That's pile number 1. All right. So love and light, positive bear. Let's see. Let's see who is first here. And you guys, if I didn't say hello to you, it's nothing personal. I just accidentally missed you. That's all. All right. But I do love and like every one of you. Thank you so much for being here. All right. So I think Shara, love and light to you. I don't even think I said hi yet. Is first in line here. Okay. Let's see. Being guided to shuffle really quick here. So bear with Shara. How are you guys feeling tonight? Or this morning, I should say, really. Anyone have any fun weekend plans? Ooh, I know Shara's got some great news up ahead. Oh yeah, you know what? I did put the stickers on here. We're good. Bada bow. That is your yes and your congratulations, Shara. Love and light. Congratulations. Ooh, my nose is tingling. So that feels like 2 yeses for the 2 masters being passed all the way. Shara. All right, let's see here. Ariel about Jesse. Ooh. And you guys, hold on. Wait, Ariel, I did not forget about you. I just want to make sure that everyone saw. This is going to be pile number 2's icon for tonight. And this is going to be pile number 3. So you guys have time to think about, ooh, which one's calling out to you? And so we were talking tonight. Do they want you? But you know me. Love always got to find out, why do they want you? All right. Okay. So right now, what I'm getting, Ariel, okay, so you're asking about Jesse having feelings, right? Ooh, ooh, oh my God. How shy is Jesse? Jesse's tripping, bruh. Hold on, right? So it's trying to be all like, no, does not have feelings for Ariel, right? But the reality is, this is outing Jesse for watching your social media. Why are they watching? Because they're thinking about making a move. Coming in with the swoop-de-whoop, all right? So it's giving yes, all right? Especially after they tried to hide. Oh my gosh. So yeah, good luck with that. You know, I'm sending love light because, man, I hope they just, you know. My thing is, why can't people just be like honest and open like the whole time? Like, why do we, like, should anybody play games beyond that of the video and the board? Like, it just, I just have questions. Like, can't you, do you like me? I like you. Like, can't you just, or you don't like me? Okay, thank you. Like, can you just use your words? I don't know. People are weird. But that's what I have for you, Ariel. Let's see here. Parada Ban. Hello. Let's see about Sophia. Oh, so, okay, you guys, you can't ask me a how and then I sound like an asshole going, yes, no. Right? So what I'm going to do, Parada Ban, is I'm going to ask if Sophia has feelings and thoughts towards you. Mochamed. Okay? And thank you, Fiona, for your help tonight, babe. Of course, of course. So Mo comment? Okay. This is Sophia saying yes, right? Focused on you. And I do see something here about praying to be able to be near you, to travel towards you, to build with you, right? And as I say that, look, to build with you, work with you, be with you. All right. So, okay, looks very promising. Congratulations. All right, let's see here. In Love and Light Country. Okay, what? Okay, what are the future markets? Ooh, today's market went well. You know what? If I were you, Country, I'm gonna check, right? But you know how today's went well, which congratulations, that's awesome. I would play it back over and over, and before you go to sleep. Well, when you say future, I guess maybe the future isn't like the next day. But I would just, you know, periodically between now and whenever the next like market event is, I would play it back like, you know, like you would play back a movie scene and just be grateful and expect it again and expect it more, right? But let's see. Ooh. Yeah, I do see that you do have the need. I'm so sorry. My nose is like super duper itchy, you guys. One moment. I'm so sorry, but it was like so itchy. Country Love. I do see that to balance out this, right? And just know that the better. Do you ever get like a miracle once and you're like, was that actually a miracle? Not in the sense that you were ungrateful, but it's like, man, oh day, that was a freaking miracle, right? And then you almost kind of want to go, oh, was that all the miracles? Will there ever again be another, right? And it's like, don't overwhelm yourself like that, okay? Because it's already enough to just make it to the events and like show up and stuff, right? But I do see you very much supported. It's just continue to stay positive, and of course, more is coming, right? Even with miracles, you guys, not to like make it seem like they're not like sparse and sporadic. Do you know how many miracles we're just unaware of? Angels coming out of nowhere to like save us from like cars that just literally were just gonna be right there, you know? And maybe you don't even notice because you didn't know to notice, you know? Things like that happen all the time. You know, we play the what if game all the time. Try to spin it around. Hey, what if? Right? What if there's legions of angels just protecting me right now? Gosh, that would mean if somebody tried to project some fuckery. Ooh, doop, doop, doop. Could you imagine if we had to know about every fiery dart? Like, are you kidding me right now? We'd be too busy flinching. I don't even know how we maintain confidence, you know? And that's kind of like with worry, you guys. If you succumb to worry and fear, how would you stand upright? How would you fly like the phoenix? Right? So really, you do have to kind of make that choice. And I'm not gonna lie to you, you have to make it over and over and over again. Sometimes even in the same moment, over again, 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 right? But on the other side of that work, might be years down the. I'm not gonna. Could be years down the line, and so what of it? It would still be worth it because on the other side of that work, I can tell you this much: you start breathing a lot easier. You do walk up right, and you don't allow people to mistreat you and abuse you and take advantage of you, and you advocate for yourself as well as others, and you inspire others to walk upright and to fly like the phoenix they too are. All right, it's a beautiful thing here, and we're doing it together. I love that about us. All right, let's see here, Sophie, about working in the next 2 months. What kind of job do you want, Sophie? Just anything? Sounds like settling, right? You have to figure out what kind of, know your strengths and weaknesses, right? Somebody who's clumsy maybe wouldn't want to be a barista, right? But maybe you could, work at a bookstore somewhere. I don't even know if they have bookstores anymore. That was a bad example, but, don't just settle, all right? Because I see where you're going is very happy, however, and you may have a choice between 2 jobs here, Sophie. All right. So this is your yes, a very happy wish fulfillment type of content. And boy, if it don't bring in the money that you're looking forward to. Congratulations, Sophie. Love and light. All right, let's see here. Positive bear. New love. Yes or no? New love. Yes or no? Ooh. We got a maybe. I'm just joking. It's a yes, positive bear. And, if I were you, I would keep up with my prayers and meditations, whatever you're doing there, okay? Because that's who you want to. This is my daddy God card. Just go with the patriarchy, right? But this is really talking about, for me, reading this, that you do want to get specific, and you do, sometimes, as they say, God likes to have us get specific so that God can give us even more. So I just leave you with that, right? It's up to you if you want to put in the work to get specific, but boy, it seems like it'd be really fruitful. All right, let's see here. Oh, thank you, Fiona, for the live stream rules. Love and light, Raymond. Okay. Ooh, you and Autumn. How about would you like a big fat ginormous yes on that, Raymond? Because I got one. All right, so with the strength coming out, be patient, okay? Can't push it into a faster timeline, right? but you can push yourself into gratitude about the timelines happening, right? Could you imagine, you guys, if we got to the point, or allowed ourselves to get to the point where we couldn't even stand watching a movie or an episode on television because we immediately had to know what happened at the end? You know, you get to the point, it's almost giving that movie Click. You get to the point where you would just fast forward through that shit like all the time, and you would miss so much. Sometimes on the way to getting to meet you know, a great friend, or you know, a great lover. Keyword great there, not just a somebody, to be clear, right? But you know, on the other side of, excuse me, usually the way this works, right, is you're not going to necessarily just walk into the timeline where you've met like the love of your life. Usually you have to know a lot more about yourselves so that you know how to love yourselves a lot more than other people allowed for you to know while they were not loving you, right? Makes sense. Okay. So that when you get to on the other side of that work, that point of the path where the love of your life comes in, everything makes sense and works. If you guys try to jam that up too fast, you're just, you know, you're gonna fall, stumble, somebody's knee could break. It could just, you know, it just, ouchie. Nobody would want that. Okay. So you got to remember that in those times, in those instances. And I'm not judging you. They happen. Hello. Right. It's me here. Okay. But you know, remember that in the throes of those passionate, impatient moments. Okay. Because you really do not want to miss out. There's just some heavy vein of, you don't want to miss out on anything that you came here for. And sometimes, you guys, you came here to know more about you, not just the love of your life here. Okay. Now let's see. Uh, you're very welcome, you all. Thank you. You sleeping all day tomorrow, country love? I gotta get up early. Love and light, Lily. Okay, let's see here about, ooh, in the 4 months. Putting the press on. Well, you know what? It could actually only take 3, Lily, from what I'm seeing. Let's see if I can get a clarification on that. Ooh. So it could only take 3, but it might take until, I'm just getting the range of like now between, not now, between 3 months from now and October. But you know what I like to talk about most, Lily, is this card in particular definitely talks about success. So it's a thing. All right, let's see here. So I sounded just like him when I said it, Ariel. So Pradabon, I don't know if you're hopping channels or what, but like you've already been so done. Like I did you for real, I promise. So you can scroll back. I remember the Queen of Swords coming out, indicating that was her energy, and it was a good read. So I hope you stick around and enjoy the rest of the show. Working real hard to rephrase that question, but it's already been answered, so I'm not sure. Unless something... Can you guys hear me? Like, are we good? Because... I miss bookstores and libraries too, Fiona. Oh, okay, Spoony, no worries, no worries. So you guys will see we have some new mods. Spoony and Fiona are on here currently, and thank you so much to our moderators. Really appreciate you all. And love and light, Lily. You're very welcome. And you're very welcome, Pradabon. Um, if I, you're very welcome, Positive Bear. If I skipped over someone, because I feel like I need you to know that was not like intentional. Like if I, you're saying thank you and I like skipped over you like an asshole, it's by accident. All right, but I'm gonna get into pile number 2, you guys, so I can keep going here, and that's our pink uni. Okay. Maybe there is some significance to you and this person calling each other a unicorn, perhaps, or maybe you really like unicorns, unicorn decor, or pink or coquette decor. Pile number 2 here. And so I know you're like, just get to it already. Like, does this person want me? So I'm gonna take another 3 days to. No, let me stop. Let me just get a drink here, you guys. Oh my gosh, that was actually not what I wanted to take a sip of. Freaking coffee. I took a sip of coffee and I wanted my coconut milk. 2 totally different things. Okay. Ouch. I hope your cat is feeling better, Spoonie. I just read that part. Sheesh. Okay, I didn't skip anyone. Okay, we're good. All right. So, pile number 2. Do they? Yes or no? Let me find out, because I don't know. We got a yes. For some of you, you could be on a break. It's giving Friends. We were on a break. I've been watching Friends a lot in my recent hours here. So that came to mind. But so they definitely do want you. Okay. And from what I'm getting, this is a pretty sweet deal. This is not could be some significance to the name Jack. Could be some significance to somebody being like a contractor or like a handyman, as you would say. Or their guy, girl, what have you. Sorry, this old term. But it's almost like you and this person, like when you're together and it's good, are giving like 2 peas in a pod. Right? This is giving like old souls. You could like I don't know why I'm hearing fair trade. You could like to travel, or you could both be well traveled, whether together or not, right? Um, somebody could be like quite tall in stature. Doesn't have to be the case, you guys. And there could be some. I'm just getting like Asian inspiration. I don't know what that Asian inspired something. I don't know. I missed it, but this person definitely assist you. They don't. This is I what I'm getting is this connection, if it were going to be like making you feel ungrounded, it would be because when you and this person are like together, you can get caught up in the sense that like no one there, you could be like in the middle of New York City Times Square, but you two wouldn't even notice anybody. Like you wouldn't even necessarily hear those outside sounds because you're just in the gaze, you're just in the moment, you're in the vibe, in the vortex that you and this person tend to create. This is giving high level hierarchy soulmate energy, at least. You may say twin flame, doesn't have to be the case, but now that so sorry you guys, it's my nose. Now that I do say that, I look down and I do see that I had consulted one of the twin flame decks, so could be a thing, just saying. I was guided to whatever the hell I was guided to, and again, you guys, these were pulled days ago, so it is what it is. Now, there could be some significance to the dream state. You and this person could have had like some of those esoteric talks where it's like, hey, last night I was dreaming this. you said this, we did this. And this person may say, uh-huh, yeah, me too. I saw that too in my dream on my end of things, kind of thing. I mean, I'm telling you, this is very this is not shallow. And what I mean by that is, I mean, yeah, like maybe you guys like to keep up your appearances in the sense of like, hey, make sure you've got two eyebrows and, things like that. I'm not saying it like you don't like to look good and smell good and things like that. But this is like, again, going back to this two peas in a pod, it's like, here's two fucking ancient AF souls there. Dun, dun, dun. Like, hey, they go together, but they're standing out compared to the rest of the backdrop, right? And it's like big energy, right? Like, you guys physically aren't bigger than the tree, but at the same time, it's almost like, what tree? Because you guys are there, right? And there could be some significance to like this person, maybe glitching you up because you get caught up like in a pleasant way. It's like, gosh, this person is so like, oh, they said and did these things, next thing you know, it's the way that other people would doom scroll, like just but you're, instead of using a device and scrolling, thinking about moments before with this person, weeks before, memory lane, but in the sense of just really being engulfed with it. Okay, it's kind of cute, but I do get a sense of like someone trying to find balance with that though, because and good for you, you should. I mean, to be clear, nobody's supposed to. That'd be like if you were always in the spiritual realm all the time, like you never brush your teeth, brush your hair, right? Like it wouldn't be so good, even though this life is far more spiritual, and it's great to like do what you're going to do and say what you're going to say in the spirit realm. However, you can't be there all the time. Like it wouldn't be the optimal um timeline, because you wouldn't be functioning in an optimal capacity. Does that make sense? So this person does assist you with grounding, though, I am seeing, which is cool too. Maybe this is like a little bit of like a Dharma and Greg situation where, Greg was always like calming Dharma down from some of her theories or some of her emotions, things like that. But, the dynamic works because it's also you know, um, like for instance the character Greg, Dharma would never allow for him to just literally just stay stuck in the mud. And if she were to be removed from his environment, I mean, he quite literally might be a stick in the mud kind of type of guy, right? And so that's how that dynamic works. You kind of ping pong off of each other. And again, it's like these two things go together. They maybe don't look like they go together, beyond that of the energetic dynamic. Okay. um so your stone actually came out ametrine. All right. Whoever I'm speaking to, of course you're protected, and of course you're intuitive, but just to assist you with more clarity, and again that balance, you may want to work with that ametrine. Okay. And this person saying, I feel a special bond with you that I've never felt before. And for those that already, I understand there could be some separation here. You could be married, all right, already. And for those that are not yet married, in spite of the separation, I need you to know it's heading there, okay? For pile number 2, this person does consider you, like how you would say their significant other, whether there is some formal covenant or a marriage contract or not. Okay, this person does think of those things, having a life, building a life, how it would be in the home. And so, just to assist you, for those resonating with that separation, to bring this back in, you may want to get into some sort of artistry. And what I mean by that is, maybe you're not the best drawer, but you know, maybe you could put together a like a Pinterest board, or not even like a digital Pinterest board, like maybe a vision board even, something where you've got to cut things out and paste. You know, it doesn't really take any artistic ability necessarily in that way, right? But do something that allows you to tangibly create the good that you are grateful to receive. Does that make sense? So this could be beyond that of this connection as well, okay? Because you're not here just for this guy or just for this girl, or just for this person, are you? Right, don't get it twisted, okay? But yes, this person wants you, and you and this person do assist each other with you know, personal growth. And sometimes that means you're not actually, you know, neck and neck together or rubbing elbows in a physical sense, all right? But there is very much a spiritual contract. And you know, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that on, you know, at least the 5D, if not one up, you are already together, like in matrimony. Like dead ass, okay? Now somebody here could resonate as that of the high priestess, so you may already know that this wedding is coming in, right? I mean, just, you know, double confirmation, like this is, see how y'all look on the wedding day, all right? Whether this already took place, some of you, this could even mean with this you know, doubling up here, that if you've already taken those vows, okay, you could have a renewal if that's something that you know you've been manifesting, okay? Definitely heavy past life connection, as well as passion here, all right? When things are good, keywords, all right? Now, to be clear, this is not as, if you know you're here for somebody and you're saying, oh, okay, this is my energy, or their, you know, the person on your mind's energy, and you know that you guys have had a whole freaking history that's like oil and water, right? Fire and gasoline. That's not that. This is not, I'm not getting that off of this couple, although there could be some significance to fire energy, fire placements, okay? um this is not that type of tumultuous history. Things happen, circumstances happen, jobs happen, right? Again, personal growth happens. And you know, you can't, you could have the most disciplined spiritual contract with somebody, and I'm telling you, you still can't be there all ways and in all ways for them. It's just, it's not designed that you should be, okay? So take the pressure off. This person, you know, for anyone wondering, okay, or nervous about this, they do feel that there is some special connection. There is a special bond, all right? So you don't need to second guess that. And I really need to tell you, you don't need to second guess that, because you're coming out again with that high priestess energy. It's like you already know too much. Don't try to act like you don't know anything now about this whole thing, right? And I get it. It's a bit tricky because you could literally talk to Tom, Dick, Harry, Barb, Brenda, and Susan, and they're not going to understand a lick of what you've been experiencing with this person, right? And that's okay too. All right, that's, somebody needs to hear that. So for pile number 2, you should know that this person, yes, they want you, and they have made a decision that, you know, they're not going to allow anything to keep, you know, aside from your free will, to be clear, okay, which you still very much always have, all right, especially about this connection. Oh, there could be some significance to Prince Harry, or, you know, as I would say, goings on across the pond, because I'm in the States, so I can say that. But anyways, this person has made a decision to not allow the ball to just stay dropped if they dropped it. This person has made the decision to make things right if they've wronged them, okay? This person has made this, somebody needs a throat chakra clearing, like for real, for real. Somebody has made a decision to come in and tell you that they made a decision. Like there's a bunch of energies here, so let me see what else I can pull. Someone's made the decision to stop hiding. All right. A lot has happened with pile number 2. That's crazy. You know what? You know what is kind of frustrating, I guess, right? Like, if I do say so myself, is that at first glance, and perhaps in, like, in many ways, it makes sense that things between you two should be there and that they should be well and good, but I'm not getting that they necessarily were consistently and that the momentum was palatable. There could have been, what I mean by that is there could have been a lot of like false starts, stops and starts and stops. There could have been a like, okay, this time we got it. No, we don't got it again. We again don't got it. Okay. Very frustrating. But a lot of passion, a lot of love. I do see somebody here could be a little bit more materialistic than the other. I bet you that ain't the high priestess, just saying, right? So there could be some, again, you got to learn how to balance, right? And so maybe there's some things that this person assists you with balancing out, and then vice versa. It's like, oh, honey, well, we don't, we need a car, right? But we don't need like the car, okay? Because then if we get the car, we're not eating, kind of, like things like that. Like, it's like, okay, simmer down, breathe, calm down, sit down, kind of thing. And I just get like this vice versa. So there is value in that. If you can see that, it kind of takes a little bit of the emotionality out of some of the, I don't know, I'm just picking up on somebody's exasperation every now and again about this person's like either rigidity or perception or stubbornness, okay, about perception. Somebody here could be working on being not so much of a control freak, okay, probably really great at it. But long story short, okay, this person, people don't necessarily remember everything that you've done, but they remember how you make them feel. And you and this person ultimately, and nobody's perfect, take the pressure off. Nobody can expect perfection here. I'm so sure of it. Okay. By here, I mean in this dimension, on this earth. Okay. But long story short, you guys make each other feel like it's worth it. So if you can agree to that, know that that's, you and this person's energy, then take some solace in that. Not everybody has that. Not everybody, that's not always a thing. This person saying, I feel a special bond with you I've never felt before. They're energetically attuned with you. Okay. I'm not saying they're perfect. I'm not saying that the separation is necessarily over. But, what you can do in the meantime, okay, to assist with your part in the healing, your part in the, recovery, right? Forgive yourself for not sharing what you believe is true out of fear of how it may have been perceived. So there's some throat chakra energy, okay, work. Instead, choose to believe your opinion is valuable and the exploration, freaking throat chakra of multiple perspectives allows for a collective experience of greater clarity and fulfillment. So there are times where you and this person do not see eye to eye, and spirit saying it's low-key designed like that so that you can get a greater experience at clarity and fulfillment. If two people were never put in an environment that included stimuli or a stimulus or a catalyst to allow them or to suggest to them or give opportunity that they should grow, how would they? And so same too with relationships. If you never ever spoke, if you never had to act as partners, how would you grow? How would you even know each other? you know and getting back to those video games, it's pretty cool when you partner up in a video game too. You get to see like how this person is able to perform deductive reasoning, and how much of a team player are they, or are they loyal at all? you know um but yeah, anyways, I digress. Your opinion is valuable, even if it is not identical to whomever you are giving it to. right? It doesn't mean that, oh, okay, well, just because you're the only one with that opinion, it doesn't automatically mean that that your opinion doesn't have value, okay? And really don't ever be in a place where you ever concede that that would be the case, because that's a very dangerous zone to be in. Like, okay, so then you just don't even trust your own judgment at that point, because you can't value your own opinion. You know, that's what? Right? They can make sense. Okay, somebody here could have medium skin tone or look like this. Okay, what's it like to be gorgeous? That's like, if that's you, okay, I'm just saying. All right, well, we're all gorgeous and handsome around these parts. Somebody could have black hair or be African American or African. um Told you somebody's tall here. All right, somebody can have a skin condition, not exactly sure what that's implying. Eczema, psoriasis, I don't see anything, but a sharp face coming out. Somebody could definitely be that high priestess, could be you know, a practitioner. We've got busty. All right, busted chest, tattoos. Somebody could have a square face. Somebody could have muscles for days. My goodness. Getting back to that True Blood reference. This is given like Jason Stackhouse. Here's a J for you. We've got P. There could be some significance to PJs. Somebody's name could be JP. Marrying James Patrick. And Virgo was the only one that came out for that pile, you guys. I promise. I don't know what was up with the chart placements that day. Whatever day it was. So if you've not already and you are interested in getting a free tarot question answered, please follow the live stream rules in doing so. And let's do it. You love Dharma and Greg, Fiona? Yeah, she was the hippie. Their parents were funny too. Love and Light Cooking. Oh my gosh, their parents would fight. And Dharma's dad. You think Dharma's a hippie? Her dad was hilarious and scary at the same time. Like, whoa. All right, hold on, you guys. Okay, so if we don't have any takers, no worries, you guys. We can just go into pile number 3. And pile number 3, again, was this cutie little guy. Maybe there's some significance to elephants. Her mother was like, stop, because Fiona, curb your enthusiasm. Remember that episode where he dated that lady in the wheelchair, and they went. I can't remember her name. I get the name wrong, and I misremember it as Debbie Wheelchair, but that's not. I don't think that's the name. That that one particular episode where, and they're searching the neighborhood because he lost the number or something. I forget. I don't know. That show. Oh my god, I would love to just sit down with Larry David and be like, hey. Because situational humor, situational comedy, chef's kiss every time. Like, I'm for it. Like, let's do it. The more awkward, the more outlandish. Like, but the way the way he like got away with it is like amazing and also kind of scary. But no worries. I don't want you to be sorry, Cooking. No worries. You're fine. But yikes. Him and I have to look it up because I always... Hold on a second. Oh. Her name... It's not Debbie. It's Denise. I always say Debbie Wheelchair, and it's Denise Handicap. What's wrong with me? Like, the way my mind goes, Debbie Wheelchair, and in reality, it's Denise Handicap, guys. Like, I don't... Every time I do... Oh my god. No, because... And him and JB Smooth, like, for real, like, yeah. I always have this thing where I'm like, oh, you're a comedian? Like, I have this thing where, like, I feel like if you can make people that are fucking hilarious laugh, you're probably pretty funny. And I'm just saying, you guys, I've gone to some comedy shows, and people that have been inside of the White House in different ways that I ever could be. And I have watched them cough onto their microphones. I'm like, challenge accepted. So I was thinking about, I just really, the other night at the gym, found out that there is a comedy cover on here. I was thinking about hitting the mic on amateur night. I don't know. We'll see. I got so many other things going that I already do. I'm like, oh, but I don't know. Just saying. You guys always do what you love because it's going to make your experience here much more pleasant anyway. You may as well, right? I created my own memorization. Yeah, but it like backfires. Friggin' Debbie Wheelchair. First of all, it's fucking Denise. Oh wow, that's okay. I feel like even the character in that particular series would have misremembered Denise's name anyway, so probably it's still kind of low-key accurate. I love improv shows. They're so much fun. I was at an improv show and was kind of like participating because they were asking for audience participation in the sense of like um, asking you to answer questions and things like that. And funnily enough, I did get to talk about the YouTube channel, and somehow they incorporated it into the... I was like, okay, I'll take the free promotion, thank you. But it was just funny because I just was authentically answering whatever the hell they asked me, and just like they worked it in. I didn't know what they were doing because it was like one of my... I think it maybe was like my second show there at that particular theater. So I didn't really know like why they were even asking questions. Now I kind of know. I'm like, oh yeah, they're gonna work that in, but I didn't know at the time. Like, oh, okay. It was pretty fun though. You're very welcome, Product Ron. Have a blessed Sunday. Love and light, Elizabeth. Um, yeah, Seinfeld's fun too. Oh, I should get back into that. I was been watching Friends, but yeah, Seinfeld makes sense too. All right. So, we will get into pile number 3, you guys. Could be some significance to the color green, and we've got malachite coming out. I welcome positive transformation into my life. But I know what you really want to know is, do they even? Okay. And here we are up to bat again, you guys. Yeah, they want you, of course. Why would they not want my collective? Are you kidding? Why would they not want a spiritual baddie, right? Whether guy, girl, what have you. But your spiritual guidance here is saying, don't take the bait, baby. Don't. Okay? Again, it's giving not worth it. I don't need to show you the Phoenix card, but if you don't know what the Phoenix card looks like, scroll it back because maybe your energy is in that pile too. And to be clear, pile number 1. All right. Ooh, I think okay, let me hold on because the whole shit. Ooh, we about to get in that ass. I forgot about this, but I know now. All right, this got serious. All right. Here goes you. You want to be here the rest of your life? I think you should live it and enjoy it, but you want to stay there in the just look around the doorway and just be confined to that, confined to the possibility of what ifs and how happiness might feel, question mark, right? This person is not good for your mental health. This person is also not good for your spiritual health. Whether guy, girl, what have you, it could be some significance to LGBTQ+, does not have to be the case. Could be some significance to hot air balloons, but there's damn sure some significance to evil eye energy. So how would you sleep with the energy, with the enemy willingly? This person is not somebody that you should be sharing sexual energy with because of the repercussions. And don't you feel all alone anyways when you do? Now, to help you, I almost said realize, to help you figure out if this is the person on your mind that we're talking about, because general collective message, you got to use your intuition to find out, okay? This person would rather do yoga for 5 hours straight than talk about any of their feelings. This person could be fighting a court case, all right? And you and this person could maybe not be talking or talking sporadically because this person is seemingly focused elsewhere. It could be because of this court case. It may just be because of their prioritization skills, okay? This person is saying, I was not held accountable in my youth, and so I plan to live my life accordingly. I don't like to apologize because of this mindset. So this is somebody that owes you an apology. This is somebody that is addicted to drama. And the reason, again, for the hot, cold nature as well, is because you don't provide that. It's giving, I love you, I hate you, I like you, I want to hurt you kind of thing. And this person gets bored and leaves. So, and your energy could be connecting to pile number 1 as well. Here, pile number 3, you guys. For maybe those that came in the back and don't know. Spirit's really saying, like, hey, could you not make this person, though they want you and everything, but it ain't enough, so could you not make this person the only person that's like ever a candidate? Could you not make this person the only person? Can you talk to other people? Can you seek a real connection that is considerate? Okay. Notice the patterns. You know, how is this similar to the others? Okay. In situationship. And there's 2 that makes that tango though. Okay. Not just, you can't just look at the other person and go, I'm just so amazing, I've got no work to do. We've all got work to do, always, right? Not always and in always. But we're all here learning and growing our soul, right? So, okay, sometimes we do have to look back and think, okay, so-and-so, you know, missed the mark here, right? And then you gotta look on your side of things. Okay, maybe there was a misunderstanding, you know, or maybe you just decided to make a choice that didn't produce the fruit that you felt that it should, you know. Take what resonates there. But what was the biggest turning point in your dating life is really what's being asked of you. Okay, now that we know that this person is the person that they are, okay, there should be a turning point, just saying. All right. And during this turning point, it should be healthy. So you should be doing the reflection here, okay, not to an obsessive point in the sense of how do I fix this because I'm just the problem. I'm pretty sure that's not a thing, right? Um, this person has addictions. This person has accountability issues. This person is in court, you know. It's a lot going on. Okay, so it ain't just you, baby. Just saying, okay, to be clear. But you do want to know, in the sense of putting your best foot forward, right? It's good to do that self reflection. Hey, where are my strengths and weaknesses? So that you know going forward, okay, you've worked on some of those weaknesses perhaps, and you understand a lot more about the strengths to be able to, build a better table with someone the next time you find yourselves breaking bread with somebody, okay? I say it that way because that could be quite intimate to eat with someone, to break bread. You don't just do it with just anyone, if you can help it. But notice the patterns, you guys, because there's always a pattern of you either actioning out and or tolerating, accepting, receiving, giving, taking. There's patterns. And, once you identify a pattern, you're not like expected to have this sort of like surrender to it. Like, oh my God, just realize, my toxic traits are these things. I'm screwed with them for the rest of my entire life. And so I just have to be toxic. Like, no, nobody, hold on. What? Right? So now, okay, so that's why we do this work, to take a look, to polish, to renew, right? To maybe even retrain your brain about the way that you think and engage with some of that self-talk, that inner monologue. Okay, I say it that way because some of us, we've been so protective over others and not so protective over ourselves. And there is a level of accountability that needs to be had there for that. Okay, because you are your own advocate. How are you going to expect somebody to love you and advocate for you better than you when you're you and no one else can be you, hard as they may try, right? So this person is a soulmate of sorts, okay, um, but they're toxic. There's somebody who are whether you have full on understanding and awareness of this or not, they're not as they seem. Okay, this person could be a cheater, could be some significance to red lipstick or the color red. Maybe somebody wears red, works in red. All right, just looks great in red, is a red haired individual, whether guy, girl, what have you. All right. And point number 3, you're being asked to love yourself first and stay optimistic about your love life at the same time. Now, why would that be? Because you're just asked out in love and everybody, knows it and there's nothing you can do about it? Or because of some asshole? One asshole? It could be, I get that it could be one asshole we're talking about in a whole history of assholes. Where's the pattern? You see where I'm getting at with that? I'm not making this about, oh, how it's all your fault. I'm making this about the pattern. Does that make sense? Because again, going back to these patterns, you guys, especially pound number 3, you're either actioning out in some form or measure of a pattern and or receiving and tolerating in some form or measure of pattern. There's really no way around it. And of course, yes, it takes 2 to tango, but you have your own free will part in whether you are actioning and or receiving. Okay, and so that's where you would start. You can't strong arm somebody else to do the work, right? But you can damn sure do the work to the point where you recognize me and this person are just either 2 peas in a pod, or me and this other individual, or this person could never be getting much of anywhere together because we're not even in the same timeline, kind of thing, right? But it takes you to love yourself, and love yourself to the point where you love yourself firstly, so much so that everyone else, that of course you still love very much so, but with a greater quality because you would love them out of your overflow of self-love. That's the healthiest way. That is the most beneficial way. And dare I say, it's the purest way to love others, okay? And I know that we're all lovers here, all right? But I like to talk about that so that you can realize it is not selfish to love yourself first, so much so that you have it to give when you do give it. It's really just not good if and when you find yourselves bleeding out for other individuals, whether guy, girl, what have you, children, family, relatives, parents, right? In the sense that you don't have it for yourself. Okay, that's toxic, and that is not why we are here. Okay, anything outside of the realm of balance, not so good, and it could be something good, right? Could you imagine if like hugs are good, right? Like I'm a hugger, you guys. Like if we ever meet, I'm gonna be like, it's happening. Like unless you say, to be clear, I'm very respectful, and I do ask because I understand some people have sensory things and just trauma, and. But in general, of course, I'm gonna be like hugging you, right? But what if I like never stopped hugging you and all of a sudden it was time for work and I'm just like, it would be bad, right? Even though hugs can be good. Hugs should be good. Normally they are, I'd like to believe, right? But outside of the realm of balance, hell, hugs aren't even good. It's like, get off of me. I need to work. I need to function. I need to rest. I need my own energy. See what I'm saying? And Spirit's saying as you do this work very soon, you're going to see the shift, okay? Spirit's saying you should be motivated to do this because the shift is trying to come in, okay? Use those spiritual laws and principles that you already know about. I'm speaking to somebody. If you're saying you don't know about them, please learn, okay? Because you're falling prey to them either way. And pay attention to the dream state. There's some significance to dreams. All right. Whoever I'm speaking to, you feel like you have made progress with healing out of this connection. And then all of a sudden it's like, nope, I got triggered again, or nope, I'm missing them again. Something referable to that kind of energy coming to a head. Okay. Apparently for some here, not all, general collective message, utilize your own intuition. It is not a doom and gloom message, but there has been some aspect of a psychic attack coming through. Okay, whether this person intentionally sat there and said, and did things or not, okay, but energy, right, can transfer, and if energy is not good, it can affect you, and so you would want to definitely, if you've got some sort of like protective amulet, wear that. Please know you're protected, but do your part in the sense of allowing yourselves to feel safe, calm, grounded, right? Call your energy back. You guys know what to do. But forgive yourself for not pursuing what you truly desire just because you did not know how to get there. And we're talking about your love life, okay? Sometimes fear of the unknown can kind of almost feel like settling is the best option, but that is an illusion. All right, so again, going back to, you either believe or you don't, right? So if you believe that the divine brought you this person, and they are meant to love you and build with you, but this person has like umpteen unchecked boxes for what you had on your list, you got to be honest about that. Because gone are the days where it's like, well, it's only 18 boxes that are left unchecked. And like, I'm sure, like, if God thought, like, because it could very well be a test, did you know what you wanted? Well, you said you wanted this. So when the this don't come through the door, you're going to try to make it that? Should you? Right? Instead, choose to believe when you make an effort to decide what you want and commit to fulfilling your desires. Commit to being patient. Commit to not settling, right? The most effortless path will gradually appear. But not even gradually, you guys, because we did get the very soon card, especially from the Romance Angels deck. Are you kidding me? That ain't going to come out unless it's true. Not from that deck. Somebody here, could be some significance to that red lip. That's coming out again. But somebody here could have a mole. Doesn't have to be on the face, you guys. Could be. Got medium hair coming out as well as mature. All right. Oh, look, we've got the red lips card. Just saying. I'm telling you guys, I don't know what these cards. I pulled them so long ago. But, you know, the channeling is just what it is. We've got short hair and black clothing. Could be short black hair as well. Doesn't have to be the case. We've got curly hair. We've got white American. All right. And Leo and Libra were the two chart placements. It was like pulling teeth for the chart placements, you guys. I don't know what happened. Oh, you know what? I apologize. Aquarius was hiding in the back as well. All right, for pile number 3. And seriously, I don't know whose name this is, but we've got Ulysses. No, let me stop. But we've got a U. So you know who this is. All right, talking about pile number 3. But that's what I got for you guys. Final call on the bell ring. If you've not already taken up the offer for the free Yes No Tarot, please do so now. Please follow the live stream rules while you do it. And if this is where we part, please know I really appreciate you. I really do. And thank you for not giving up, you guys. Thank you for being willing to face another day. I think a lot of people, you know, are scared to even try to even think about doing just that, if I'm being honest, especially with current energies. And so, you know, I'm mindful that perhaps that could be a bit of a difficult decision, or feel like that often or sometimes. Okay, and if that's you, please know you're not alone. But please know, yes, you can keep going. And success is already your birthright. All right, so just tap in and keep plugging away as you've been, and all is well. All right, you either believe that, or man, some detrimental shit is gonna go down, and I don't want to see it on my watch, you guys. Please don't be that one. All right. All right, love and light, you guys. Oh, thank you, Geet. I haven't seen you in a while. Much love and light, babe. Thank you. You love green, Fiona? I love green too. Yeah. I have all kinds of shades of green. It's funny. And I like, I don't really know if it's a green, but I do enjoy chartreuse as well. It's a pretty cool, odd color. Ooh, Fiona, got a question. All right, pop it in, babe. Yeah, don't forget you, babe. Don't forget you. So now y'all know on the other side of that pick-a-paw message why sometimes it's just not enough to ask, you know, that one question. You know, because it's like, okay, does so-and-so want me? And yeah, you got the answer, yeah, but you don't know why they want you. You don't know what your spiritual guidance is thinking about that or saying about that, right? You know, be careful, you guys. Don't just, especially with tarot, don't just take it, you know, just, oh, you know. How many times can you look back and think about, gosh, I really, really wanted such and such car. I really, really wanted, you know, fill in the blank. I really, really wanted so and so, right? And then on the back end, of course, hindsight's 2020. I get it. But on the back end, you're like, oh my God, I was saved. But thank God it didn't. There was a recall on that particular vehicle, or so and so, you know, is a wife beater, and you know, you just. Again, going back to how many times have we actually had miracles? How many times have we actually been saved and delivered from things, circumstances, toxicities, and worse, right? And thank goodness that we don't have to actually think through and know everything always and in all ways. I think ignorance overall is blissful, all right, in that sense, especially because I feel like a lot more people would be in some form of spiritual psychosis if they had to know everything all the time and full throttle. You know, how many times do you guys get downloads in prayer and meditation and you're like, whoa? Like, I know the other day I myself was like, I wasn't even asking. Nobody asked. You know? Does that happen to anyone else or is it just me? Anyway, I'll be wondering. Okay, let me see. Oh. Wait. Okay, let me see here. I'm sorry that somebody is feeling ill. Damn. I'm not gonna lie to you, Fiona. I heard no, they're not. But look what came out, and that means a no. And look at the bottom of the deck. I don't like that. So if they said they are, they're lying. I don't like that. I don't like that. Hold on, let me see. Let me see. It's almost like... It's almost like... How would it close, though? How would it close? I don't know. I'm not going to lie to you, Fiona. I'm not understanding all the way, but it's almost like your dad is saying, like, like a cycle. Bleh. Oh my God. The cycle needs to be closed, right? It's like repeating. I'm like, yeah, how would it, you know what? Like, because what are you supposed to do? And like, normally the 9 of Cups is the wish fulfillment card for me, right? But it talks about self-confidence as well as success, and that came out with the Strength card. So I don't know if there's something you need to speak up about to get this cycle to close. The cycle closing could just simply be or mean the person stepping up and stopping actually like half-assing the situation or the care. Oh, your real name's Nikki? Love and light, Nikki. I didn't know that. That's pretty neat. Oh, light. So wait, Fiona, you see, wait, hold on, let me see. Because I want to see too. Hold on. Because how is it? Hold on. Hold on, because now the cards are going everywhere. And I just really wish it could have just been a clearer situation. Hold on. Oh my gosh. It's like on my foot. Wait, let me... Why? Why you do this? Why you do this? Oh. Bear with. It's giving SpongeBob over here 3 days later. Bum, 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 bum. Let me stop. It's almost like call the house, call over there, and tell them. This person could be overwhelmed, and that's why the care is like half-assed, or that they're being mean or something. I just get that on the other side, Fiona, of like your catalytic energy, whether that's you saying, like, calling or saying something or going to the house to see, or that it ends well, but like it's almost like you're asking about it because you already know. Like, you already know something's off there. Yeah, because look, this is not... Oh my... Fiona, you already know. Literally. So... I'm sorry, babe. I don't like that, though. I don't like to... Well, that's what I have, babe. I'm not... I don't like the energy, so I don't want to go into it further. I'm sorry. I'm like, save myself. Like, again, I'm telling you guys, going into some of the energy, it's like... this person's definitely stressed. I don't know. Let me see if they're just an asshole. Can I say that? I think this person is like overwhelmed to the point where they're just being haughty. Haughty? Like Haughty? This person could be a little bit immature emotionally, you know, but like the caretaker of... So I'm saying this person, which initial? Let me go back. H. H could be slightly emotionally immature or haughty. But again, you're being guided to look at the death card at the bottom again. You're being guided. It's funny, like your dad just be repeating shit. And before this card came out, he's all like, no, they're not. They're not. And you know me, I wanted to be all positive. I'm like, let me see the card. Yeah. Not cool. I appreciate you too, Fiona. No worries. Well, the death card, right, Scorpio, but the death card, the very first time it came out was an answer to, like, are they? Yes or no, right? And that was the time I meant, like, oh, like, I heard it and it came out the first time. That's not cool, though. I don't like that. I'll pray about that. Alright, you guys, it is very late. I want you to use the last moments before you're going to actually, like, officially pass out for sleep tonight to start going ahead and creating into your tomorrow what you are definitely desirous of to experience, okay? And with a lot of gratitude, as if it almost happened, all right? That's really going to put you on your best footing, all right, for the hours that we will be getting through in just a few, all right? I want you to rest in the meantime. Thank you so much for being here with your girl. I really, really do appreciate you all, and definitely miss coming on. I'm not exactly sure when the next time will be, but I just want to go on ahead and thank you for being there in the future. No pressure. I just felt led to. And thank you for, you know, supporting the channel. Please share the videos, tell a friend, all right? Especially if you know that you've come on here and been helped by the messages, you guys. There are more that too can be helped, okay? It doesn't cost you anything in this case to help somebody. I have to say it that way because how many of us have helped and it's cost a lot of money, right? We're not even talking money here. So I feel like it is a positive experience we could talk about for free. We should. And again, especially if you know that the messages have been helping you, whether you resonated with them on a super personal note or not. All right. And so thank you in advance for those that have yet to do so, but now will, for telling a friend about the channel or a relative, anybody who will listen. All right. Thank you guys for being here and being amazing. And thank you for not giving up. And thank you for loving your girl. I know that is a choice that not everyone is willing to make. And I'm okay with that. Much love and light.